Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, he already dead. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the Genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm, have it thoughts. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Century Link Field here in Seattle. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Ohio, here we go.
Play action now. Kaiser. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, 21 carries, 72 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football. His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. That's caught at the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters, and how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
Auschko with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gets fielded in the end zone. Oh, a 360. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
76.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Looking deep here for Ebron. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Goff. Ebron caught left side. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quick. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down.
This is caught inside the 15. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
That's a big-time pitch. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the left.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Third and long for Kaiser. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
That's caught at the 25. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Play action. It's gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Rams are in for 6. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Hut!
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. He spins free. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Rams now coming out on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, L.A. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They run it with Carson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kaiser. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Where they convert on third with a gain of 22.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
From the gun, Kaiser. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. 96 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Kaiser now. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. His pass caught at the 4, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! White, 90!
2nd down, Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Carl Lawson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Kaiser from the gun on third. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They are going for it. Goff. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play that time for the Rams. 52 yards. A shotgun snap for Goff. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
2 for 66.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here losing in the 2nd quarter.
When you're riding your best torch, you've got to.
Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. And the Rams have got it back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams have got it on cruise control. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking, able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run.
Come on, let's go. What? 9.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
What? 90. What?
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Gone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, L.A. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. And he knocks it through. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Let's go. Ryan 38.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Darren Lee there to get him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Kaiser to throw it. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Darren Lee in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abukum in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. To throw is Kaiser. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
He'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams have got it on cruise control.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, Kaiser. Throw to the right, taken in by Barrios. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's Kaiser. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Timeout offense.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go!
A first down throw for Kaiser. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Back to throw. Goff. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go. Red 38.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
Ball start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. The Seahawks were the most penalized team in the NFL last year, more than 9 a game, and now they've got 1st and 15.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Cut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. What?
Now it's Carson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Kaiser. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Darren Lee in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 20.
Jester. Super 66.
Tighten up. Pull together. Check. Fresno.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They've got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards.
Tiger.
Watch 84.
They go play action here on first down. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. In for the score. And the Rams have got it on cruise control.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. On third down, Kaiser. And able to connect with Barrios. That goes for a gain of 31.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Kaiser now. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
From the red zone now, Kaiser. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Ohio. Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
From the gun, Kaiser. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Kaiser. And he's got it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Ertz with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. For right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the third quarter.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Red 38.
Here's Carson. A solid stiff arm. Still going. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, let's go. What? 90.
This is Carson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Kaiser on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll throw here, Kaiser. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Red 38. Red 38.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Samson Abukum in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And I'm just wondering, how many yards is he going to throw for? We're only in the 3rd quarter. He's just thrown for a ton.
You have your abacus here?
My what?
Your abacus?
I thought you said like Atticus Finch.
No, we're not getting...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wide open receiver complete. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 83 yards. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And the yardage just continues to pile up. We're still in the third quarter. He's had a heck of a game.
Keep your calculator handy because these numbers are skyrocketing. Loving watching what he's doing right now because, what do we call it, in the zone?
Yeah, he's in the zone.
I think he's in the zone plus right now. Everything is like a laser.
See if he can stay in that zone.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for L.A. 56 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams just continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for what.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough.
Doug Baldwin, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
I bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And the Rams getting set to go now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. 55 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own.
He rifles one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Third and short yardage, Kaiser. And he connects with Ertz. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
DC.
From the gun, here's Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams use the short field of their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And these numbers showing up on the screen, that's why he's their star. They kept him down for a little bit, couldn't keep him down for a full 4 quarters.
But what they were hoping for was a half of a game. And if they could have shut it down at the half, they had done their job. But as you mentioned, a full 4 quarters, and the best, they always feel like they're 1 run away from changing the momentum or breaking something big. And we're starting to see that here in the second half.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
Well, I do have 1 word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot. but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Throwing on third. Gone. The quick slant caught. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Baldwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
A first down throw for Kaiser. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Samson Abukum in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Doug Baldwin past the 20. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. Hausch adds the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. And this one is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Goff now looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing now, Goff. And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And out now come the Seahawks. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Kaiser to throw it. He shakes it off. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Here's Kaiser. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Kurtz has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the red zone now, Kaiser. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll throw again. Kaiser. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Goff going to throw it. Looking deep for Adams. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.